Hungrybox, beloved ultimate streamer. There was a time when this man competed strictly in Super Smash Bros. Melee, dominated, had a dominant streak at one point like no other. I'm talking about, no disrespect to the Mangos and the Armadas, but this guy became so dominant with a character that became so hated, it elicited feelings in someone enough to just throw a crab at him after a very impressive performance and victory at Pound 2019. But there's more to the story than maybe you know. You see the headline right here: fan assaults top Smash Bros player with a crab at a tournament. The crab was dead. I can confirm the crab was indeed dead because I killed it. You see, there was a strategy that I believe would be very wise to employ when Pound 2019 decided to happen. People were coming to Laurel, Maryland at the Xanadu racetrack. It made a lot of sense for me to try and sell them some seafood goods while they were there, because this venue was essentially, it would be like a 20 to 30 minute walk just to go get some food. What is Maryland known for? Crab, okay? Fresh seafood. I thought by selling some fresh seafood out the back of my trunk, I could make some easy money, okay? And throughout that weekend, I would go around and I wouldn't hand out any cards. I didn't leave a paper trail, but I was telling people that, yeah, if you want to follow me, I can hook you up with some fresh Maryland crab. It's in my trunk. Some people were about it. Some people didn't believe me, but those who would follow me to the car were in for a treat. So yes, it's indeed true. Okay, I would like to argue that I was the second leading provider of crabs that weekend outside of Las Vegas. But let's move on to the story. It was a tournament just like any other until someone hurled a dead crab at Juan Hungrybox at Dia Medida. He was a longtime Melee pro for the Team Liquid organization. Grand finals of, what did I say, Pound 2019, playing against Mango. He claimed the grand finals, and then an angry fan threw the dead crab he smuggled into the venue. Another part of this story that needs to be explained. The fan in question did not smuggle the crab in. It was I. I was the one who brought the crab in. I was the smuggler of the crab, and that is simply because he had prepaid me for one. He only wanted one. Now, I thought that was a little strange because I was selling them at like 4 and 6s and 8s. So I was like, well, why does he just want one? But he paid me the same price as if he bought 6. So being the entrepreneur that I am, who am I to disagree? So I was like, you know what? Give me a second. You know, Ultimate Finals, you know, were coming up after Melee, so I knew I had to hurry. It wasn't looking too good for Mango, so I decided to take my exit real quick. So I ran out, okay, to my car, and because I had a staff badge, I was not searched upon entry. So really, there was very little smuggling going on. I just walked in with a crab in my backpack. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I kept it in a Ziploc bag. We're very clean and cleanly people. But nonetheless, the truth remains, I was the one who brought it in. Fast forward a little bit. Hungrybox has won the tournament. The crowd is... I didn't really give a shit. But the point is, the crowd was there. Now, unfortunately, the timing couldn't have been any worse, because this young individual, okay, this young man who I will not name, I will not identify, I will not snitch, okay? He might as well be in witness protection because I don't know him. But the point is, the man who I bought the crab in for had bet $50 on Mango making the comeback victory, and he was disappointed when it didn't happen. So at the time when he had handed me my money, that's when the final back air had connected and Mango was defeated. And before I could even put the money in my pocket, this guy like hawked the crab out of the plastic bag, got up and hurled it. I mean, just hurled it at Hungrybox. Now let me give you a visual cue for reference. Okay? Here we go. Hbox wins. Hbox wins. Okay? This is where I was collecting the money. And then the crab, did you see that? Did you see it? Don't blink, you might have missed it. Did you see it? There it is. That right there. The Maryland blue crab from my trunk hurled at Hungrybox. Now at this time, once I noticed what happened, everyone's eyes darted to the stage. So I immediately scooped up the plastic bag with my foot because he had dropped it when he popped up and tossed it. So I grabbed it, and kind of folded it up and put it in my pocket and looked around. Nobody was looking at me, so I just faded into the back and off into the backstage. But the damage had already been done. The crab had already been tossed, and the moment was set into motion. This right here was when everything happened. Now, I thought to myself for a minute, well, maybe that's not my crab. We are in Maryland after all. There'd be a ton of people with crabs, you know, just kind of hanging around and stuff like that. There was nobody else selling crabs that weekend inside that venue but me. I tried to lie to myself. I tried to keep my composure because I knew I had a hellacious top 8 ultimate coming up.
Hey! Who the fuck threw this?
I don't know, I shouted from the back. Who could it have been? What charlatan could have hurled that at this innocent Melee player? Miraculously, because I kept everybody on the honor system of, hey, don't tell anybody I'm selling crabs here, nobody seemed to piece it together that I could have been the supplier of this inanimate object being hurled at this top level Melee player. A statement was issued. We will be permabanning the guy, by the way. Probably will not be releasing his name publicly. Now, I was the one who was in that meeting and encouraged them, listen, for this guy's own safety, it's not a good idea to release his name. Okay? It wasn't for his safety. It was for my own, because he said if he went out, he was taking me with him. I couldn't allow this. I suppressed his name. I suppressed any opportunity of this young man's name getting out there to save my own ass. When the whole time, I should have allowed everybody in that venue to simply pay for those overpriced burgers and hot dogs and fries that were clearly overcooked, and in turn might have saved this young player's life. Now, it didn't hit him. So at the end of the day, it wasn't that bad when you put it all into perspective, and he did win the tournament, and I'm pretty sure people laid off his ass after this happened, because he would make another tweet. F this community, man. All you guys ever do is look for ways to give me ish over any tiny thing. All 12 years of playing Melee has been full of it. I'm literally mocked by my peers, my competitors, and my community figureheads on a daily basis. What is the point anymore? So I figured at that point, well, what's the point of me confessing my involvement in such a thing? It would only do more harm than good. But now that we're 2-3 years removed from that, I feel like it's a story I'm comfortable to tell, okay? And I feel like Hbox will be comfortable accepting my humble apology for inadvertently supplying the crab that was hurled at your head, my friend. If you do accept my apology, please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I make content all the time, straight from the Twitch for the YouTube, so make sure you come through, and maybe you can determine if this is fact or bullshit. See you next time.